talk about a little bit about my backstory, man. I grew up in Baytown, small town. Only like 3 players out each year get to go to school. We got a town that's like 100,000 people. We got 3 high schools, but we don't have a lot of people leave for football. So I ended up actually getting my football scholarship. Having a basketball game. I got hurt my junior year and my sophomore year after track season, or during track season, to where I couldn't go to no football college camps. So I was heavily recruited, but I couldn't go to any camps. So they never knew how fast I was or what I did. Outside of the film, and my team was terrible. So it was just a blessing for me to even make it to college. I went to UIW. Started off at safety, got moved to receiver. Really didn't play into my junior year, but to be honest, I really wasn't that good enough to play. At the time, I really doubted myself. I really wasn't confident playing. I was like 180 pounds, so I had to. So then I had to focus on me. I had to block everything out. I always wanted to get 200 pounds. So that's what I did. I did that during track season. Actually, so I played football and ran track in college at UIW. So that motivated, like after gaining that 20 pounds, it motivated me to do even better in football. So I locked in, ended up getting the starting spot my junior year, played about 6 games, I believe, had 5 touchdowns, and got hurt. A guy landed on me, I started coughing up blood, went to the ER. Everything was good. They don't know what happened, but I missed like the remainder of the season. Senior season come up, I have 24 NFL scouts talking to me throughout the beginning of the season. Senior year, of course, I'll be delayed. Like, man, this is my year. I should be able to get drafted, go to the combine, this, that, and the other. But we ended up starting off terrible. We won it in that season. Really couldn't make it past the 50-yard line. On offense, and me being a receiver, my numbers showed. Only had about 200 yards my senior year. I get a rookie, every day. But Houston, Texas. I do well there. I run a 4.3, right? I run a 4.33 and a 4.35, and then all the coaching staff was calling me the 4.3 and the other. I feel really good about it. And then they told me straight up, they was like, hey man, we really got real fluid on our team, y'all like the same players. So it's not looking good for you in this organization, but we really upset. But they don't share that time to nobody else. So all the NFL teams have 4-5, Texas has 4-3, and I can't do nothing about it. I told my agent really couldn't do much for me. He was trying to get time out of them to send it to other teams, but they refused. I get a rookie camp invite after draft, went to the Seahawks, did well there, but they had drafted a corner, so they really wasn't looking to find another corner. After that, man, I had already graduated with my master's, this, that, and the other, but at the same time, I was like, man, I feel like I should be playing football. So I honestly turned on every job that I could take, and just did DoorDash and Uber Eats just for money, so I could stay training, stay ready, move back home, living on my parents' couch. I went to the AAF tryout. There's a league called AAF. Went to their tryout, did well, ran a 4.3 there. I said, so your Commanders, we get the rookie mini camp, do well with them. After camp, that Sunday I got a call saying, hey, they talked us to leave. They was like, man, it's a place perfect for guys like you. Guys don't have him. At this point, I switched to corner. Because that's what the Seahawks brought me in at corner. I played receiver in college. The Seahawks moved me to corner. So now I'm marking myself as a corner because that's my best shot. I played corner for at minicamp with the Commander. Perfect setup. I'm a guy trying to get sales, trying to get to the NFL. They called me saying, hey, we got to start the NFL guys in order to market the league. Sorry, but we're going to cut you. So I get cut from the AAF. I was like, man, I can at least play in a CFL. I should be able to. I don't know. Everybody's talking about these trials as a scam, but I'm gonna bet on myself. I know I'm fast. I know I can compete. So then I ended up going to a Calgary tryout. Ran a 4.4 for them, and did really well. 2 weeks later, they offered me a contract. My agent at the time, I was training for a pro day at UIW. A year after I left UIW, fired everybody, hired the OC from Texas Tech. They went conference. They got a whole bunch of NFL teams coming to their pro day. I'm excited. I'm like, man, I went to arena football tryout. I went to the Calgary conference before, went to arena football tryout, and ran a 4.2. I'm getting ready to do pro day. I get offered contract from Canada, from Calgary, and my agent said I could take the contract and still participate in pro day. Well, he gave me false advising because as soon as I signed the contract, the coach of the USF said, "Oh, you can't compete at pro day no more." The NFL teams reported this, and I'm like, man. This is terrible. Like I had that feeling like God was giving me discernment on not signing the contract. I called the CFL, NFLPA to try to get information on things before I signed the contract. I couldn't reach nobody, so I signed the contract thinking my agent was doing me a justice. Well, that was false. I ended up having to go. I actually did rookie minicamp with Calgary. There, I ran a 4.28. I jumped 42-inch vertical, 11-something broad jump. I'm like, man, two weeks ago was the pro day. If I was in half of that, I'm like, man, I'm guaranteed at least the best team spot on somebody's NFL team. Well, obviously that doesn't happen. I go to Canada, man. I make it in Calgary. I'm motivated. I'm determined to get a roster spot and then get some film and leave. Well, they had other plans. So I was behind a all-star corner that they knew was gonna go to NFL the next year. So they tagged me as a development player. But I still have to make it out of training camp. Man, training camp is a great experience, but you have to lock in. Like Canada it's similar to here, but with the CFL, the way they do things, you only got 4 hours a day that they can actually hold you in a facility. So you have a lot of free time. I'm telling you guys, like, you have to stay grounded and into what God is telling you, into God's will, and into great friendships and people that's going on the path that you want to go on, because you have all these guys, you have over like 100 guys all together with all these free times, and guys literally are getting in trouble just because they don't know what to do with themselves outside of football. You know, like they're not going to church, they for sure not reading their Bible. You know, a lot of guys, you know, weed is legal in Canada, so a lot of guys smoke the weed. I mean, if you're in the wrong environment, that can turn to a different situation. I'm saying all that to say this, like, this is an amazing opportunity that y'all get to go over there, play. They care about special teams more than anything else, because you got to be able to do special teams and play over 60 snaps if you're actually playing on the field. Like starters are on special teams. So you guys, I'm not sure what type of special team players you guys were in college or growing up, but man, you have to fall in love with special teams, because if you don't do special teams, you're not going to make it far. Like they tell guys that, and they still don't understand. We have people that was like 8-year veterans in the NFL, and because they made money or whatever, or maybe 3-year veterans as well, because they made money before and they only played that position, they had to play special teams in college, they had to play special teams in high school. They come on the team to be the best athlete, best basketball player we've seen on our team at the position, but guy refuses to do special teams because he feels like it's beneath him. Well, he gets cut, and he hasn't been signed to no other league since. Just because it's like that tells you the type of person he is. He's not willing to sacrifice for a team, and the way the game that Canada is, you don't have enough players on your roster, so all your best athletes are on the field. in every down, every time. So take special teams serious, bust y'all. But I was the fastest guy on my team. But for some reason, I don't know why I took it upon myself to get into a depression just because of what my agent did to me. And I feel like he wronged me and not giving me the chance to play in the NFL. I mean, go to the pro day and maybe a chance in the NFL. And I took when I went to Canada for granted. Like I skated by, like I didn't really learn defensive plays like that. I knew the gist of everything they were doing, and that wasn't enough. Like I needed to know football in order to play well. I got through with the first time I got through with the one. The veteran guy was sent behind the All-Star. He took a vet day, literally a vet day. He said, "I'm not practicing today," and I was his backup. And I got in there, and let's just say I messed some stuff up. We was in team period. They was doing motions. We was supposed to be doing checks. And with our defense, we talked everything out. So my halfback or my safety or whatever was looking for me to communicate what we're about to do, and I didn't know what to say. And the guy that's next to me is 36 years old, a 12-year veteran. At that point, they were like, "I don't think he'll make it on the team because we 2 weeks in the camp and he don't know what to do when he's with the ones." So the next time the opportunity comes up, I was at practice and this other guy, I was the only, our ship was only 2 deep, right? So I had in my mind, man, I feel like I'm better than these guys, but they're going to send me behind this guy all year, but I'm trying to play anyway. Like, I'm not trying to sit down for a whole year and wait till he leaves. But I know I'm a backup, but I'm his only backup, so they can't cut me. That's how I felt. Well, Coach pulled me and another guy that was doing bad at the other corner position. He brought us together and was like, "Hey, you about to start taking reps at boundary corner, and based on who has the better practice today, this will be the new number 2 and the new number 3. So I'm like, man, I know I'm better than this guy, but I'm still gonna have to do something like in order to not be the number 3. First 2 of their practice, me and him didn't make a play. At next practice in the afternoon, I caught a pick. He didn't. We woke up the next morning and dude was gone. Like gone. Like they said they already had the guy at the airport from the Ravens about to come in and compete for the position. That's how fast it happens. That's literally how fast it happens. So you really have to show coaches that you're willing to learn, willing to know everything about whatever your position is, know all the checks, and know the other position. Because there's a guy that I was better than, and Coach told me, you're better than this other guy, but y'all been here the same amount of time, and he knows how to play every DB position. So he's going to start. And you know, like, that hit my pride, because all it took was effort. That's all it had was effort from me. They say you run a 4.28, but when the run goes the opposite side, we don't see you flying across the field. That was effort. I wasn't jogging, but I wasn't flying either. I can tell you that I was definitely not going 100% at practice every snap. But that's what it's going to take in order to stand out, to be there. To beat out, you got to be able to beat out everybody else at the position. Or show coach that you're willing to do whatever it takes to stay on the team. Whatever special team. If you need long snapper, if you need me to do this, if you need me to return, punt, kickoff, whatever it is, you got to be willing to do that. And you guys will have no problem but stay grounded in everything that you're in right now at home and bring that to Canada. I'm telling you, it's going to be a test. Like, real talk. Like, I grew up in a family that when I had college games in California, my parents drove. And then I went to Canada with no support. Like, no one to talk to, I wasn't calling back home, or I was just trying to be in the moment. But then I got lost in myself. I got lost in my thoughts. Like, am I really supposed to be here? Man, I could be somewhere else. Man, I feel like I'm better than this guy, but coach showing him favoritism or this, that, the other. Like, you can't, like, try to remove all negativity out of your mind about how you feel like the situation is going. That your feelings don't matter when it comes to business decisions and how coaches need to put the best guys on the field or he's gonna lose his job. So you gotta be able to you gotta be willing to ask coach after each practice on a film, what was I supposed to do on this play? How did it look? Or try to go to the coaches when y'all not in session, or when you just like after like I'm gonna go to the house early and I'm just gonna talk to coach and ask him, hey, what we look at, like what I need to work on, what I need to do. Hey, when this happened on this play, I was watching film. What is my job? Because that's gonna show that the coach that you really are interested and you bought into the program. So a lot of guys, they not. A lot of guys don't feel like they're better than the situation going against them. You got to show that you're taking this serious and put your pride aside. I'm not sure. I know a lot of guys are prideful about, I ain't want to talk to coach, or I don't need to know what you got to say. I know I'm good. Like, no, like, I don't care how it looks. I don't care. I ain't care. I look like a coach's pet or whatever somebody might think that it is. It's nothing other than me trying to figure out where I need to get better at in order to get on the field, in order to stay on the team, in order to collect these checks and be able to get to where I'm going. Because this man holds the keys, and we got to believe God in the favor that he has over him to give favor to us. So keep that mindset that, hey, I'm willing to do whatever it is in order to make an impression on this team in order to stay here, because they're going to see the film. They're going to watch film. Like, they're going to watch film like no other. And then when, let's say, if a situation comes where you do get cut off the team, they're going to watch film on who you played against. And those guys are going to watch film on you to see, okay, they let this guy go and he balled out with us. He was putting in work against us. He was showing effort. He was busting his butt across the field. And we had guys that I beat out. That was some of guys that was like fourth string corner that I beat out on the team at Rocky Cut. And he went to Ottawa and played and started all game. And I felt like, man, I should be somewhere else. Like, I was texting my agent like, man, I'm watching film and these guys aren't good on these other teams. Like, surely you can get me on one of these teams to where I can play, to where I can get off practice roster. I didn't want to be on practice roster again, $600 every week and really getting taken care of, everything paid for. I feel like I was better than practice roster. And in reality, I wasn't not on my team. But I took that opportunity for granted, and I didn't get another shot. That was 2019. 2020 had big COVID happened, and I didn't go back to Canada, and I decided to retire because they canceled that season. My wife and I, we opened up a store in my hometown. I started doing all those kind of things, but then they ended up cutting my coach, and he ended up out of the job. And I told them, man, I'm not coming back. So my assistant coach was the reason why I was there as well. Because he said, I want him, when cuts happened, he said, I want to keep Gilbert and this guy because he's my project. So I had favor with my assistant coach. And in a situation where I could have been the guy that got cut. But I told my assistant coach, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Hey, I did this on film, like what do you need me to practice on? What do you need me to work on? And I'll work on that. And then ask him how does that look the next day? So he knows I'm trying to be intentional. So, hey guys, I'm not trying to take up y'all whole night. That's my story. There's so many different types of ways to make it to where you guys trying to go. But take advantage of the opportunity that's at hand. Don't feel like this is CFL is beneath you. Don't feel like anything that God placed you there for a reason. And I didn't have that revelation when I was there. I didn't. And I'm rooted. in Jesus Christ. I really accepted him at the age of like 17 years old. my senior year because my family went through a lot of things. And I was raised in church. I used to pray in tongues. It's like in between plays and in that games. But when I went to Canada, it was like darkness. And I felt like, why me? I got depressed. I got depressed to the point where it's like, man, I don't even think I want to be here no more. Like anywhere. Like I just want to be home. And I would know that at practice some days. And I'm not that type of guy. I'm a happy-go-lucky guy. I'm always smiling, always cracking jokes, always trying to put a smile on somebody else's face. But when I was there, I wasn't rooted in what I was at home. It was a whole dark place. I was into lust, smoking weed, all this other type of things that clouded my judgment and clouded who I really was in Christ. So, you guys, hey, man, if y'all ever have any questions, if y'all ever need anything, please reach out to me. I'm here. I mentor the youth now in my hometown. I'm a sports performance trainer, so I train athletes. And I'm working on being a high school coach so I can continue and professional speaker so I can go speak to the youth, so I can go speak to guys that have the opportunity, that have the chance, and take advantage of it. Because I knew that I had what it took. And I didn't have no steps in college. I didn't have anything, but I had blind faith of I'm going to make it. And I had teammates tell me I was going to make it far. I made the farthest out of everyone at my school. But once I made it there, that was it. I didn't have nothing else to hope for, to wish for, because of I got stuck in and feeling down about how the order of events went in my life, rather than just being grateful and taking advantage of everything that God has blessed me with. So that's why I believe you guys out with, man.